Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on my next interview in my journey of meeting other inspirational people, people who are helping others become more lifted and more energized, sort of a mission close to my heart. I want to introduce today Erika Petrie, who is all about the awareness of raising the campaign Shades of Different, to give voices even to children who are differently able. Welcome, Erika. How are you?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me, Kim.
Excellent, thank you. Yeah, so I've been doing these interviews, Erika, for about 4 or 5 months, since lockdown or just before, because it's a really great way not only to raise my profile on the emotional side, but most importantly, people like yourself who are doing really good work out there, and I think people need to know about it. So tell me, how did you get to be running this awareness campaign?
Well, it's interesting how it came about, actually. Basically, about 4 years ago, my youngest daughter, Michaela, who has Down syndrome, developed sepsis, unfortunately, from a bite of another child at school. And because it wasn't properly disinfected at the local hospital, like I said, she developed sepsis. So we ended up at Salisbury Hospital, and it was touch and go for a few days. And during that time, I wrote this song, which was initially just a cry for help, to express what I thought she would say if she could speak, because she's still nonverbal. And then I just sort of put it to one side, didn't think we would do anything with it. But then as it happened, my music teacher, Kay Jones, she helped me sort of put it to a few initial chords. And then I sent it abroad to a friend of mine, Julian Saxel, who's a very talented musician, who put it to music and sent it back to me. And then thanks to Jamie King, who we met through one of our charities, who were running actually musical sessions for differently able children and their siblings, he then recorded for us. And so we were able to make it a reality, make it into a song. We then made it into a video with the support of a very talented university student by the name of Sam Harville. And then we made it into a website. And decided that we wanted this to be the voice of all children who are differently able, whether they've got Down syndrome or other different abilities. And we've recently also put a live blog on it to actually really give a platform, really give a voice to these parents of children who are differently able, or teachers, or anyone who works with these children, so that they can talk about any issues or concerns or whatever in real time, and really exchange opinion, really give a voice to these children, in the hope that we might be able to promote better inclusion, better opportunities in today's society, and future opportunities for them moving forward.
Fantastic. So what's been the response so far then? How's it been going down?
The response has been really good, because despite lockdown, we've been on the radio 8 times already.
Oh, wow.
We've been in the press about 4 times already, sort of many local press, but also the Down Syndrome Association has run a live blog for us, and whatever. And even sort of some of the children who are differently able themselves have said they can really relate to the song, and this is their voice and whatever. And this is fantastic, because this is exactly what we wanted. So we've since totally revamped the website. Like I said, we've added the live blog. We're just going from strength to strength with it and seeing where it goes. But we're really trying to promote it all over the world, because we want this to make a difference to these children everywhere.
Yes. And so how is that helping to make that difference? Is it, I know it's an awareness campaign, but is you mentioned this musical support that you got so you could get the song out there, but it was something that was run locally, wasn't it? Can you remind me?
So basically, through this campaign, we're also supporting 5 charities, who are charities that have supported us along the way with different things for Michaela and these differently able children. And one of these charities, Coping with Chaos Through Diverse Abilities, and also Dorset Children's Foundation, they run these music therapy sessions for children who are different and their siblings at Absolute Music. And it was through these sessions at Absolute Music that we met Jamie King, who then recorded for us. Now, at these actual music therapy sessions, what happens is these children get an opportunity to be hands-on with these instruments, have a go, and compose something in real time together, collaboratively. And it's very exciting, because it gives them all an opportunity to to do something different and to really sort of try out these different musical instruments and stuff. So it's really quite something.
And music has got a language all of its own, hasn't it?
Exactly.
I was only talking the other day with somebody about music and how, you know, certain songs can just, I think it might have been Mandy Dineley, you know, where music just brings out either the best in you or the worst in you. But if we can encourage children to use music as a forum, I guess that does help enormously.
It's a real vehicle for communication, definitely, and with also children like Michaela who are non-verbal and whatever, it is a real way for them to communicate and express themselves through music, through movement, through dance, through the expression of what this music brings, really.
Yes, fantastic, really good. So obviously you're promoting out with radio shows, and you've got your website, and you've got the press as well. So how has that all come about? Because as you say, we've just been through a very interesting period of lockdown. So getting out to people must have been a lot harder for you than your normal ways of doing it.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, the thing is, we launched at the end of February, so we managed to get out there a little bit before lockdown really took place. So we managed to get the word out a little bit, certainly with local radio stations and local press and whatever. So the word got out, but also I'm quite active on social media. So through platforms like Facebook, like LinkedIn, a little bit of Instagram, Twitter, whatever, I've also managed to spread the word through that and through, you know, friends and connections of mine and whatever. Yeah, so it has spread quite a bit through connections and through social media as well.
Yeah.
And also because of the song and the words of the song that actually say, you know, I'm somebody just like you know, we're all different, but we're the same, and people can really relate to it because we're all different. So it's a universal message, whether you've got children who are differently able or not. There's a universal message in the song that everybody can relate to, and particularly at times like this when we can be sort of culturally or you know, divided in any way, shape or form. This really helps people connect and really sort of realize and think about what is important.
I love the term differently abled. Is that one you came up with, or one that was
Yeah, it's one that I like to use because I don't like the word disabled, because these children are able. They're able in different ways to us, but they are still able. And Michaela is physically very, very capable. So disabled as a term does her a disservice, really. And she just teaches me so much because she's so resilient. She's so determined. Even when she was in the hospital, when she was at death's door, she fought every battle with a smile on her face. She never cried. She never sort of let on that she was struggling in any way. She just got on with it, and she's just really taught me to fight and to get out there. And these children, because they have something different, because society relates to them differently, they fight for everything, but they don't let go. They never give up, and that is something key that they can really teach us. You see them at the Paralympics, you know, getting out there. You know, some of them are without limbs and whatever, but they just get on with it, and they perform, and they have an extra sense that they develop for what they're missing. So, you know, they have just as much as us, if not more, because
I just love it, because you're right, it's just different, and you're right, it can apply to everybody as well, even people who think that they've got everything together. You know, they will be different to the next person, so it is universal. So I'm loving the term. That's brilliant. So obviously lockdown has presented challenges. What sort of things are you seeing for those people who have got differently abled children? What's the biggest challenges that they're facing?
well, the biggest challenges that we have been facing as well has been the fact that obviously, you know, the charities and things that normally offer all these additional opportunities for the children have not been available up until now. Now they've started to offer a few sessions and whatever in small bubbles, but basically, you know, that support has not been available, or at least not, you know, face to face as it would normally. And for children like Michaela, who are non-verbal and who crave their routine, it's been key, and it's been a bit of a loss.
Yes.
They've not been able to go to school as normal, and in most cases they haven't been to school every day. When they've been back to school, they've been to school 2 or 3 days, which is still a major lack in their routine. And it's meant that obviously therapies have fallen short, and all these kind of things that they rely on and that they need to move forward. So yeah, it has been quite a difficult time, and it's been quite an unsettling time for them. And they just haven't had that routine which they so crucially need. So it has presented a number of challenges. But I've also seen Michaela blossom in many ways, because from being at home, from spending more time with her sister, and sort of uniting with her more and developing more of a bond there, spending more time outside. We've been blessed with a lot of good weather and enjoying the trampoline
Yeah,
and
good
a lot of
point.
the outdoor equipment that we bought for her and whatever. That has really helped her thrive in other ways. So there has been a positive side to it.
It is interesting, actually, because that's the messages. There is a mixed message going out there, but I'm hearing of a lot of positive stuff going on out there in terms of this idea of families coming together and people finding that they're getting on better, or that they're like you say, she's thrived in other ways, so it makes up for the part that's not necessarily there for her. Because I would imagine, and again, I don't know enough, but I know you do know more, is the parents will have found it harder on them, particularly if they've got other children, because they've got more effort to put in to keep some sort of stability and routine, as you say, because routine is important for them, isn't it? So they know where they are and what they're doing.
Especially when they're non-verbal, because they can't express themselves in a normal way. So
Yeah.
they rely on those timings and so that sort of routine that they're used to. So when days are different all the time, it becomes quite destabilizing for them.
Yes, I think that's been true for a lot of us, actually. So, so from your perspective, then, where do you see this going? Because I think, from the little we've talked about it, there's such a set of opportunities. You could go in any number of directions, couldn't you? So, what's your thoughts so far then about where you'll go with this?
So obviously, we've just launched the live blog. So the live blog is a key platform, a key feature for us now moving forward, because we really want this to be the voice of all families of children who are different, and anyone who works with children who are different, to be able to express things, put comments on the various articles, and express their opinions in real time, and share their stories and whatever. Why not? So we really wanted to be a forum, a worldwide forum. And then, moving forward, there is a possibility that we might make Shades of Different into a charity in its own right, because if we do that and we have our own funding coming in, then we have the possibility of organising our own music therapy sessions and, maybe messy play sessions and whatever, really filling in that gap that's with the church and the community at the moment, that we can really link with them and really fill the gap of what is actually missing in terms of music therapy, in terms of messy play, in terms of other opportunities for these children to really thrive and really join with other children to take advantage of everything that's out there. So ultimately, there is a strong possibility that might be the direction we might go in.
What do you think will help you make that decision? Because that does sound like a positive way to go, doesn't it? Something that allows you to really make that difference.
I think possibly I've already decided, but obviously I know that it's going to take a while, because it's it takes a while to get the paperwork through and whatever, and you have to make sure that you've got the trustees and this, that, and the other, and you maybe have to put some funding behind it and whatever. So it is something that if we do it, it's going to be in the next year. It's not going to be immediate. But that's fine, because I really want to focus my attention right now on the live blog, and I'm trying to focus on keeping that as current as possible and keeping the momentum going there, so that everyone can get involved, really. And then obviously, we still have the side, like we said, about the 5 charities. So we mentioned obviously Dorset Children's Foundation. We mentioned Diverse Abilities, which has Coping with Chaos, and Project My Time, which is smaller projects within it that support children with play opportunities, including sort of one-to-one play opportunities where they can access different activities that they might not normally access. We've also got Friends of Bowcroft, which is linked to Michaela's school. It's a special school that she attends, and they've got their own charity side that runs buses that take them into the community, and other fundraising like bingo nights and different activities. So that's also close to our heart. And then we've got Downright Perfect and 21 & Co, which are 2 parent-run Down syndrome charities. One's in Surrey, where we used to live, and one's here in Dorset, where we're living currently, that have supported us. They do pre and postnatal therapies as well for the parents, and they do lots of activities, and they do small group speech therapy sessions for these children. And they run quite a lot of things, considering they're parent run and they have limited funding. They really do go out there. So yeah, it would be good to sort of keep that fundraising side going, irrespective of whether or not we become a charity, because we also want to give back to these charities.
Yes, of
Given
course.
so much to us over the years, and we want to try and support them and give them a voice as well, because they're smaller charities that are not so well known. So this gives them an opportunity to have a bit more of a voice and be a bit more well known, and for people to know when they have a child that's different, that they're not alone, and that there are these support networks available.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can reach out.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm running a Facebook group for carer support, and there are some families in there who are caring for their differently abled children, and of course it can be quite challenging for them. But one of the things that I'm finding is that there is so diverse, this differently abled. There, not only have you got the differently abled and all the different categories that may be, but the different age groups have different needs as well. So will you try and niche that down, or will you just currently go for any age group up to, I don't know, 16, 18, or will you try and keep it more focused?
Yeah, I think we'll try and sort of keep age groups together as much as possible, and whatever, when we do run the music therapy sessions and whatever, so that there's children of similar age and ability doing things that are age appropriate, so to speak, and whatever. But then obviously we've also got to bear in mind, obviously, those that are non-verbal as opposed to those that are verbal and whatever. So there's a lot of things to think about, and obviously we're not there yet, but certainly we would try to diversify as much as possible, and hopefully be able to offer, more sessions. I've already spoken to the vicar at our church and our church community about linking with them and sort of trying to do something on their premises at other times, and sort of linking in with what gaps they want to fill and whatever. So yeah, that would probably be our first port of call. But also I know a very talented music therapist, Emma Hughes, who she's available to do music therapy sessions in various locations across the UK. She can spread herself quite well, because she's based in Bristol, so she's already coming from quite far afield to come here and whatever. So there would be the opportunity possibly to, based on obviously how much interest we have and whatever, to run music therapy sessions in different areas. It would mainly be based around music, because obviously this whole idea of Shades of Difference was born from music. So
I think that's lovely.
We want to keep it in that context.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. So I did have a question that went right through my head. And I think it was about this whole idea of providing for the children, and how you're going to keep that going, because obviously what you're doing is a moment awareness, but you did mention something about fundraising. You're actually doing that now, are you?
Yeah, so the fundraising for the 5 different charities, that's already happening now. Fundraising for us as a charity, that will happen later as
okay, I'm with you.
Charity.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the moment it's fundraising for 5 different charities. We don't have any money per se as an organisation as such. Yeah. But the aim is to be able to do that in the future.
Marvellous. Fantastic. So what question haven't I asked you that you want to be able to share with our audience? I'm sure there's something you'd like to say about the whole work that you're doing, which is awesome, in fact, because I know you've got an energy and a drive that's just pushing this out there in all different areas. And I know I've been sharing some on LinkedIn when I've seen it. So if there was something else you'd like the audience to know about what you're doing, what might that be?
Well, I mean, my sort of passion and my drive for all this has come from my inspiration from Michaela, because she is inspirational. And these children, they really have a lot to offer, and they really, they fight for everything, whatever. They've really shown that they can thrive if they're given the right opportunities. So to anyone out there who's in doubt, I would say, give them the opportunity, because you won't be disappointed. Go on the website, shadesofdifferent.com, check out the song, check out the video on the homepage, go and look at the live blog, listen to our podcasts. And if you want to put any comments on there, you can put them on, and get in touch. If you want to contribute an article, a story, even if you just work with these children or whatever, and you want to talk about music from their perspective, whatever, anything is welcome. I would really value your contribution. So please get in touch. There's a contact page on the website as well. I've got my email address connected to the website as well. Please look us up and yeah, let us know, because yeah, we want to really express what these children have to offer, and it is a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, and that sounds a really awesome mission, if you like, to get that out there, that awareness. And I'm going to keep, I will be closely following anyway, Erika, because you and I are connected. And it'll be really interesting to see how your journey goes. Maybe have you back once you've converted to a charity at that point.
That would be great. I'd love to. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. So there we are, folks. This is Erika, who has been working with the Shades of Difference awareness campaign, all about giving children who are differently able a voice. Such a powerful thing to do. If you want to get in touch, I think Erika has said shadesofdifferent.com, wasn't it?
That's
the website. And alternatively, we'll have some details that I will put in at the bottom of the video. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Erika, and we'll speak soon. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.